How long gone? It's fucking clicking. Chris Black coming to you from an overcast, money-making Manhattan on this Tuesday. People are slowly trickling back to work. I thought Monday, I thought January 5th would be the kickoff for kind of back to work, but it seems like that might wait until next week.
Yeah, even some people that work with us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Susanna.
Well, I'm also, this is usually a day I take off just in remembrance.
Did something happen on this day? I don't remember.
Because, you might have remembered my outfit from that day. I kind of wore this big sort of animal-like hat and no shirt.
That was your bison.
Yeah.
It was a bison stole. It wasn't mink, I don't think. It wasn't fox either.
No, a bison stole is for a man. You get my drift. But yeah, happy January 6th to all those who celebrate, all those who storm Ariel Pink. I know you're listening.
It's the fifth anniversary. It's been 5 years. If somebody said that was 2 years ago, I'd be like, yeah, that's crazy, isn't it?
I'd believe it. Well, I've got an amazing view of the sort of trials and tribulations of the arrest of the Venezuelan president. I'm your pusher.
Didn't think that's where this was going. I thought it was going to be a different guy playing basketball with his shirt off, but
I wished. I'd much rather look at that.
You've got eyeballs on the biggest news story on planet Earth.
Yes, the biggest news story on planet Earth is happening on my block, and I'm surrounded by cameramen. And what I've noticed most, and what I find really interesting about news today, and this makes sense, of course, but I would say more than half of the people, I'm not clear on which outlets they're from, that are here to cover that story, are using iPhones and basically like an elevated ring light to do it. There's no like the idea of like the truck pulling up, and I know that still happens, but there's none of that, and this is the biggest story in the world.
I mean, because the truck had the satellite for the live feed. And, I'm sure Barry Weiss cut that budget over at CBS. Nobody's watching, live news. It's all clips anyway. So why not get a 26-year-old intern with a ring light and an iPhone Orange 17 and just knock this shit out with their other intern? You know what I mean? That's just going to live on the phone.
For sure. That's really what it is. Because I'm looking at people, I'm like, oh, maybe this guy, because I saw like a fat sort of like Safdie Brothers character type walking down the street going to phone, like to camera, and then I realized that the back of his dad hat just said the Constitution. And I was like, oh, this guy's good. So I follow this guy for a little while.
So this guy loves documents.
He's just talking to camera. He's just like a right-wing influencer is the vibe I'm getting from this guy who looks like he could be Hulk Hogan's like brother. Did
it say uphold the Constitution or just the Constitution?
No, I only saw him from the bike, and it said just in all caps, above the hole where your hair sticks out, the Constitution. Just it's a document that he believes in. And do you really need more context from something that great?
Not above the hole.
Oh, I'm on my bullshit today, Jason.
What is a hat if nothing but a hole? Am I right, Chris?
I mean, dude, when you put it like that.
Yeah, I've been thinking a lot about that, how it used to be, you could grow up and go to trade school and be a cameraman, like Decatur Dan's dad, get hired at ESPN, you film NFL games, you raise a family.
You worked there your whole life.
And now they're like, yeah, but we all have a phone, we're all cameramen, we're all camera thems. It does, it's not as if the audience cares or is able to discern the difference, and they may even prefer, it's like crack is better than cocaine in many ways, and iPhone video of a national news story,
it's gonna hit the
better
same.
than whatever, renting the red cam.
It's gonna hit the same. But there were several protesters also yelling "Death to America."
Oh, really?
Which was a funny twist when I was walking to the dry cleaner, dude. Man, I hadn't been to the dry cleaners in a minute, Jason, just because life.
I need to go today.
Life gets in the way, and you got you got stuff to do, things happening, and I just, dude.
The Kate doesn't wash itself, does it, Chris?
Talk about no loads refused. That dry cleaner. That dry cleaner wasn't ready for what I was pulling up with.
Okay, so you had been edging your laundry
for literally
how long?
Months, because we moved and like didn't have a spot. You know what I mean? And then like you ask people in the neighborhood and you kind of forget, and then I ask, and then actually Hannah was like, "Oh no, there's a spot," and we took it, and God willing, this is the greatest news I've ever gotten. They also deliver. Pick up and deliver. The New York dream is to have your suits picked up and laundered.
So they took a page out of the Real and said, "We'll come to you."
Except they actually charge. Yeah. Except they actually do what they say they're going to do and return it.
Oh, come on.
The Real,
The Real will come. They will take your Alaya chore coat and give you $17 US for it, and it is a nice, clean transaction.
Once it sells, too. That's the craziest part. Once it sells, but yeah, I was pretty happy with my. But yeah, anyway, on the way. What a New York experience. You walk out, you got your puffer jacket on, you got a huge load of laundry over your right arm.
Max B's out.
Max B's out doing the folded dance with his homie paws. And then I hear Death to America as I'm walking to spend $500 on my family's dry cleaning. And I just think, what have I done with my life? What are the decisions I've made that have led me here?
Well, I don't think it doesn't have anything to do with you, Chris. That's
true.
That's just America. Where I live in the suburbs of Los Angeles, there is no death to America. Everyone that I surround myself with loves America. Very patriotic. Flags all over the place.
You know that the Armenian flag is not the same as the American flag. I just want to double check.
I've been scolded on that issue specifically a number of times in my Instagram replies. Yeah, there was. I know the difference, but the people that I happen to surround myself, by luck of the draw, everyone is like, America is fucking sick as hell. I have a Cadillac Escalade. I smoke cigarettes and I eat food and hang out with my bros all day long, and I just drive people to the airport and back.
Honestly,
there are no air raid sirens. Yeah, and there is,
it's better than my life. I don't even like going to the airport unless I'm leaving.
And the Erewhon is not even open yet. You know what I mean? Just imagine.
Drivers love Erewhon, and I think it's.
No, I don't think they do.
I think the vibe is like one for you, one for me. You know what I mean? If I got to go there, I just think that there's always a line. There's always a ton of drivers at the one in West Hollywood eating with each other. Like they link up there to eat. So
like like Kareem taxi cab. Like we go to the Ethiopian spot on 119th Street.
It's like that, but guys with Escalade, like the biggest Escalade you can find on Earth, and they're double parked. No, for real. I was always like, oh, when are these guys?
I believe you. And
I'm like, these guys are eating healthy, but they're also smoking cigs. It just feels like a real experience, a real LA experience in that way.
Welcome to my motherfucking life.
Welcome to my life. Well,
speaking of the LA experience, we were reading that article about how writers have to move to New York because LA is too expensive.
Or move anywhere, I think was kind of the vibe. Anywhere but LA.
Move anywhere, Chicago. But they all seem to go to New York, right?
Sort of. It was. Yes, I think New York was the main thing, but there was also, it does seem strange to me to leave LA because there's no work and move to New York where there's no work and it's more expensive.
That was what I was thinking.
Maybe I'm getting it wrong. Like move to Milwaukee and live a good normal life. But I do think that the downfall of Los Angeles is probably a little over-reported. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when I go there, the vibe is totally fine. Mm-hmm. I think it's like anything. If you want it to be bad for you, then it will be. And if you want it to be good for you, it will be. Like I feel like I choose to wake up every day and I choose happiness and not, and I think you have to do that. And obviously like when your industry is crumbling, blah, blah, whatever. But like, I don't think that has to do with the sort of geographic location.
I agree.
That's the only issue. I mean, I think that all of that stuff that happened in LA is very real, but I don't think that, I don't know. I don't. Yeah. I think that some of that, I think the story is interesting. I think there's a lot of truth to it. Like, I think it's probably, it's a real thing that's happening. I just don't know if you can blame LA.
Yeah, it feels less geographic, but we need to have sticks on heads, as they say, and LA is the perfect punching bag because we're always punching up. And everyone there is hot and cool and rich, and it doesn't matter. But yeah, I think it's in the times where you could do any job anywhere with any equipment, and the barrier of entry is pretty much nil. We have seen this happen in many other creative fields. In music and film and et cetera, where you can do whatever. And now, the day of reckoning is finally coming to writers.
Okay, how do you think when all those session musicians felt when, Memphis cooled off? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They weren't happy. When Muscle Shoals cooled off, those guys were not happy.
Yeah, I mean, when Soulja Boy makes $5 million off of a phone, a beat that he made on his phone and nobody knows, the same thing as filming international news on an iPhone with a ring light. It's just like, oh yeah, it doesn't matter. None of this matters.
No.
And now suddenly you can have a great comedy show, or you could be a great writer and you could live in Rhode Island or Vancouver or Chile. And just, if you're good, you're going to make it. And if you're not good enough, you're probably not going to make it. Just the same thing with every other creative field now.
No, it's true. It's really true. Well, we should wish a bon voyage to a friend of the show, Will Welch, who announced today he's leaving GQ.
Big Willie.
They call me Big L.
To go work with Skateboard P over in Paris. But I'm happy for him. I didn't realize somehow 19 years is a long
time in the trenches
to work somewhere. That's really impressive, honestly. Like I haven't done anything for 19 years, so I'm impressed. But
that's not true.
I mean, been an asshole, I guess, but otherwise, it's pretty light. But I'm happy for him. I think it'll be fun.
Damn, 19 years ago, 2007, that was when YouTube started.
Dude.
The first iPhone.
Because now, without that, I wouldn't know how to change my tire or anything. So that's pretty big.
And Hurricane Katrina, not to bring it back.
Well, we don't have time to get into that, obviously.
Not to bring it back to Natty Disasties.
Natty Disasties.
Yeah, but Will, good luck. And whoever you appoint to run the red carpet correspondence moving forward in 2026, make sure that we get first dibs at that.
You can go ahead.
You
can go ahead and write that into your exit agreement. I don't want to make it about us, but it would be a nice, it's
the right thing to do, William.
It'll be fun to see who gets the job. I have my own ideas.
It's going to be Sundberg, obviously.
But we have a guest today. Old friend Aaron Levine is joining us. He is a designer who has worked for countless brands over the years. He has his own brand now, as well as a big Zara collab that's in stores I tried to find because I was looking for he's telling me that Argyle's back, and I believe him, so I was trying to comp. But
he also has the most important job of all, Chris, dad. Okay.
That's true. He's not just a human dad, but a dog dad as well. I
did not know that. I cannot wait to go pay some bills and get on the chatterbox with him. Okay, let's give him a call.
Oh man, I can't wait to be here. I'm so excited.
I can't wait to be
this
here.
Is gonna be good.
How are you today, big bro? You good?
I'm okay, man. Yeah, all good. All good. It's like freezing cold and rainy here in the Rust Belt right now. So
you're in Ohio, is that right?
Yeah, I'm outside of Columbus in a town called Granville. I came here in 2015 for a gig that ended.
Put your G's up. Put your G's up. Okay.
Put your G's up. Okay, so
go ahead, Chris.
No, I'm just fascinated with this living choice because I feel like it's very, very nice. But how long does it take you to get to the closest airport, flying commercial, of course?
I can't remember the last time I flew commercial, but like if I were to, it would be like 30 minutes or so.
Okay.
30 minutes.
So is it fair to say you are the white Dave Chappelle?
Yeah. Yeah.
taking your wealth and your riches you've accumulated over the last couple of decades.
Yeah.
And then put it all into a barn in Ohio and live like a king?
Exactly. That's exactly it. It's exactly it.
And then you're so enigmatic, the world comes to you.
Yeah, they come to you.
Instead of the other way around.
That's how you got to set it up. Exactly.
It's the reverse of changing the weather.
Yeah, I have to say, as much as I can't imagine living outside of Columbus, Ohio, it does look pretty fucking nice. It looks idyllic in many ways. It does.
I've never heard anyone say that.
Well, you maybe you don't follow Aaron on Instagram. It looks good. I'm saying his shit look good. I'm not saying
present company exclusive.
I'm not saying the neighbors make it look good. I'm saying he makes it look good.
No one's ever said, man, I've seen all these photos of Columbus, Ohio, and I gotta say that shit looks good.
So, it's like we live on like a little farm here, and there's a university called Denison that's in this town, right? It's like well off. It's liberal arts school. So they take good care of the town, and there's like a nice intellectual liberal community that's here, and it's like low.
Oh, I see.
It's a low lift.
As long as you fit the criteria of the liberal arts demographic.
Like I'm sure.
Like will I be welcomed in your community if I don't have an Ethel Cain tattoo? You know what I mean?
Exactly. Like it's mellow. It's a good place to be for now. It has pros and cons, and I don't know how much longer we'll be here, but it was a good run while we were low key.
I mean, I think it's like this, but you were an early settler because I feel like that's what happened. Once COVID hit, everybody was like, I got to get out of these cities, man. So
I'm thinking Bozeman, dude. Bozeman is lit right now.
at least you got in when the getting was good.
I came here for Abercrombie.
Yeah.
Right. Like I'd never been to Ohio.
Oh shit! You went in raw dog. Like I bought this shit off.
100%.
You hit the Zillow link and just went.
100%. 100%. I think the same visit I came in for the interview was the same visit that some realtor was like driving me around, and I was like, what is going on?
You were in New York at the time, right?
Yeah. We lived in Westchester before this, and in a town called Croton, and then came here in 2015 and was just like jaw on the ground, kind of frozen in the headlights a little bit for a while.
I feel like those are the kind of decisions that you either labor over too much or you just got to pull the trigger and fucking do it.
Dude, pull the trigger. Actually, I remember I was offered the job. I was in like the hallway at club when I was working there at Club Monaco, and I took the call from Abercrombie, and I was like, I balked. I said I couldn't do it. I said I didn't want the job.
Art of the negotiation, bro. That's nice.
Exactly. And then I remember getting off the phone, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna call my mom, my spiritual advisor, and just be like, hey, what do you think about this? And she was like, I think you're stupid. What is your problem?
Your mom, you slide the piece of paper over the table to your mom with the salary on it. And she's like, you're a fucking idiot, son. I thought I raised you better than this.
So to put this in right wing terms, it's like you're on the Lakers, you're living life in WeHo, you're having dinner at Ketchup every night, and then they're like, we got the offer, $12 million a year, but you got to play for the Minnesota Timberwolves, and you're like,
there you go, break out like the down puffers, keep the North cold.
Or if LeBron went from the Lakers to the Cavs, to keep it Ohio,
to keep it Ohio.
Yeah.
I love that you balked because I do think that's. I think it's funny that you. I feel like that's because how long did you have to contemplate this, or were they kind of like we need a decision now?
But also back then, Abercrombie wasn't as cool and revival as it is
he's the
now.
he's the one who fucking revived it. That's the whole thing.
I know.
Like I think it was really quick, right? Like I had a buddy that worked at club, and I was in Paris for PV, which is like that fabric buying show.
Yeah.
And he calls me in the middle of the night, and he's like, yo, I'm leaving. And he was like my partner there, and I was like, oh man, dude, if you leave, I don't know what I'm gonna do, and then
Can't be in the club solo.
I was like, you're gonna go to one of two places. And I was like, is this one of them? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, well, let me know if you need help. He's like, I need help. So it was like real quick in transition.
Yeah, I think that's the only way. I think some of this stuff takes so long that it's sort of like, what are we doing? I was talking about this yesterday with like the way bands get signed. I'm like, dude, if you like it that much and you're an A&R guy, why are you gonna kick the bucket for 6 months? Like just do it. Like there's no reason. I just think if the terms can be agreed upon quickly, then I think the deal should be done quickly.
What was that? Was it Malcolm? Who was it? Was it Malcolm McLaren at Creation Records who discovered Oasis in Manchester? Is that completely far off? I can't remember.
I think so.
But, like saw him in a club. Was like, pull the trigger immediately.
I just think that like those stories make a lot of sense. Like obviously you hear those stories when it's someone like that because everybody wants you to know that they were a genius. But I think it can happen. I think that can happen on much smaller levels and have a similar effect. Where
thanks for that. I appreciate it.
No, I don't mean to you. I'm talking about the music bit. Like I just like, what are you guys doing? Like your job is to put out records, so like you got to put out. I don't understand what you're doing.
Really quick to correct. Sorry, Aaron. It was Alan McGee, the other co-founder of Creation Records, who signed McLaren.
Thank you. I'm mixing up my docs. I appreciate you keeping me honest because I felt like McLaren was like a little bit too early for Oasis, but like I appreciate that.
Man.
But Oasis at this point, that was a long fucking time ago. You know what I mean?
True.
Like it does. He was too early, but it feels like it's appropriate timing wise.
Yeah, true. And also, man, I was like, look. On paper, the whole New York thing was awesome. It was like, all right, ideally, when I was living in the city, I was like, all right, I want to get out. I want to be like close to work. I want to live in the country-ish, and Croton seemed like that, right? It was like 20 miles outside. It was on the Hudson River. It was like kind of idyllic. It was non-incorporated, so there were just like funky little restaurants, and everything was independent there. And in reality, it took me 2 hours each way to get to and from work. I never saw my house. Like, I was just like, this is stupid. I'm not seeing my kids. I'm like, this is fake. Like, on paper, it's like, check. If you talk to someone, it's like, it all checks out. You got it. Great. And I'm like, I'm standing there on the train platform at like 7:23 on a Tuesday in February, and it's like pissing sleet on me. And I'm like looking up and down the traffic with all these people. And I'm like, I do what I do to like not do that and live like this. And like, here I am.
Yeah.
Like a schlub doing the same old bullshit as like all these other folks.
Mm-hmm. If you're making the bread, it's like, yeah, sure, we'll live in the fucking West Village. I'm gonna do this whole thing. Otherwise, you're right. What you did is the move. It's like all that shit is fake. You're absolutely right.
I don't know. And for like how I live, right? Like, I'm like a nerd, man. I'm not out there. I'm okay chilling for a bit, and then we'll see what's next when the girls go to college.
So I see you. So the chains are about to free. You're about to be free.
But I don't know. Like, who knows? These are like big life decisions. It's a weird time, fellas. It's like you're sniffing 50 and you're just like, all right, cool. I feel like I'm 18. I act like I think I'm 18. So I'm like, what's next?
Sure.
So which peptides are you on then, King? What's going on?
Share the stack,
I'm
bro.
sniffing
Don't be
50.
stingy.
I fucking fuck like a champion though.
I'm staring at these bulls across like the street, right? There's like this little kind of cow farm across the street, and it's like whenever they go and inject those bulls with whatever they inject them with, I'm just like, bust out one on me.
I gotta mosey on over, just bend over, see what happens.
I'm like, look at
give me a taste.
Hey.
I mean, where have you ever thought about living besides? Because where are you from originally?
I'm from Northern Virginia, DMV, outside of DC.
Okay, so have you thought? So you're an East Coast guy. Have you thought about an LA chapter, a London chapter?
I have.
Okay,
I have.
We just spent some time in LA together. What was that, a couple weeks ago?
A couple weeks ago, yeah, we were over there at Mohawk. Thanks, Kevin, for that. I have thought about that, but again, like, I feel like I need something to push me over the edge to like make to pull the trigger on something.
Like, you need a little bit more of a reason than just I like it.
I think so. I don't know. I have no idea, which is also kind of cool. Like, I don't have to know right now.
Yeah.
You need the thing, but we don't know what that thing is, and that's super exciting and super scary.
Both of those things.
Do your daughters think you're cool yet? Have they crossed over?
No,
okay.
No. Like, the temperature drops like 20 degrees when they come down the stairs. It's just like, like.
All right, so they're not having it. They're like, all right, big dog.
0%. And if they do like an amazing job of making me believe they don't.
I didn't know maybe if there had been a crossover where they wanted something that you could provide. Obviously, besides food and shelter.
There's constant like, like, wait a minute, what do you want? Like, if you're nice to me, I'm like, I need to give you money for something, but I'm like, what do you want?
You're more than happy to buy their love and affection at Brandy Melville.
No problem.
Isn't that the way?
Yeah, I thought that was the only. I mean, that's the only way it works. I guess we've talked to a lot of people on the podcast that are in the music business or whatever, and it's like their 13 or 14-year-old won't give them the time of day until they're like, oh yeah, well, you want to see Chapel Roan? All right, well, let's take you and all your fucking little friends to go see.
Totally. And look, I'm not trying to bust their balls too hard. Like, I think they're both 17 years old. I've got identical twin daughters, and I think we get along pretty well. And I do love them like a whole bunch, and we got it pretty good.
But you can be honest about the situation. Yeah,
100%.
It's also like it's only a couple more years till they realize you're cool. Is the reality?
That's what's nice about being older, is that I can't give a shit about that anymore. Like, I can't care. That to me, like, if we're cool and we can like sit down and like play Corkle and like watch a movie in the living room with the fire going, I'm like, that's cool to me. Like, that's cool.
I think that's sort of what I mean. I just mean, like, you know what I'm saying. Like, I think there's a certain age where everybody thinks their parents are like the worst, no matter what.
Totally.
Regardless of how much you're paying for their life.
Yeah, well, also regardless of what you do for a living, which is so crazy.
Yeah.
Right.
Which is
okay,
so
well,
crazy.
so you said twin 17-year-old daughters, so that means they have they both been accepted into college? Do they know where they're going yet?
Yeah, they've been accepted into a couple colleges or waiting for like a couple more.
Are we going to? Is this the first time that they're going to be split, or are they going to go to the same
Yes.
school? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Wow,
They're
this is
they're
big.
gonna split. They're gonna go to different
Like
schools.
you need another thing to deal with right now.
Dude,
Am I right, Aaron?
It's all good, dude.
Because the nest is getting empty, and then the empty nest is
Because
splitting into two.
Jason's famously a twin.
Are you really? Did not know that.
That's right, twin.
Are you identical twin?
We are not identical. We are fraternal, and neither of us were super collegiate, so that was not an issue either.
They went to separate colleges too: Santa Monica Community and Orange County Community. It's a
All
different.
good.
Several
All good.
prestigious universities in the Orange County
They
area.
were competing. They were competing for both of
To
them.
be
but
fair, my brother did complete much more college. He went to school for architecture, and he actually did do a path, and he did get a BA, I believe. Whereas I
Yeah, man. Yeah, look,
I went to college the year I discovered marijuana. So you know.
did you went to
Look,
college, right, Aaron?
Same. Yes, I did. I went to, but I had like I didn't have the best relationship with college, right? I had a problem with authority and Jason, like, yeah, like I found stuff there that definitely like changed my opinion and like thought process on like what I wanted to do and how I wanted to do it, and I just didn't know how to get there, so I just kept trying to figure myself out more while I was there.
So you're saying that you finished college even though you left for multiple months to follow the Grateful Dead on tour?
I got kicked out multiple times, dude, and I did not. I left with 6 credits shy because there were a couple semesters where I believe I got like a 0.0 because I didn't withdraw or anything. I just
Stopped.
withdrawed emotionally and mentally and was too stupid to
I'm focusing on trying to see which pills work for me right now, so I'm not really gonna. I'm not in the. I'm just trying to get all my credits.
I'm deep in analysis here.
You guys don't even understand what I'm on right now. This is beyond you.
So I struggled with it, but like you, Jason, right? Like I'm ADD as hell, and like I think it's thrown around a lot these days, but like it's like crippling to me. So when I'm in that environment, that's like not my environment to succeed. It just wasn't built for people like me, and how my brain works. So,
well, did we get the Aaron? Did we get this yet?
oh, not yet, dude, but I'm going to. I'm going to.
Okay.
I'm going to.
Jason sold me on it, and it worked.
I was talking to him about it. You were having some light phone issues and blah blah blah.
And I'm like, the thing to me, like I'm not gonna complicate anything else by carrying another stupid thing, right? So I think I'm just, not that it's stupid, respect to the people that made it or whatever, but like I'm just like I will subscribe to the brick setup.
You already live in a barn in Ohio.
Exactly.
We don't need a light phone.
Yeah,
too,
literally, bro.
You got a light house.
You live in a light phone. I think
you got a light life.
I think that the brick is really, I gotta say, it's the perfect version. I think all that stuff that you're talking about, it adds a second thing to carry. Where the brick, and I use it every day, especially when I'm at the gym.
What's your program? How does it work? How do you use it? What do you turn off? What do you leave on?
I turn off Instagram and Twitter.
Yep.
And I brick it before I leave the house to go to the gym. So therefore, I'm not wasting time on the machine. Because basically, I would get really mad at people for wasting time on machines.
Of course, I was doing it this morning at the gym. I was watching, and then I'm doing the same damn thing.
Exactly, and that was my issue. I'm like, Chris, you're part of the problem as usual, and the brick solves that. And then before bed, just so once you're in bed, if you leave it because you keep it in the other room, you tap it before you get into bed. You plug your phone in. You can't use there's nothing to look at.
Just tap it before bed.
Oh man, so when I get into bed, I'll do those New York Times like puzzles, like I'll do crossword puzzles or whatever. I'll try and like run through a couple of those things, and I love that stuff, and I think it helps me go to sleep. But then inevitably, like I'll just get on Instagram.
Well, look, bro, that's better than I'm looking at Kaya Gerber. You're fucking doing, it's fine. It's fun. Like I think maybe that would help you go to sleep, and that might be good for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
That might be better.
Yeah. So there's different. I mean, you bring up the crossword because once you cut off your main lifelines, your Instagram, your Twitter, your TikTok, whatever, the ones that are the big time sucks, you start looking at other apps as sources of entertainment, and you're like, oh, maybe I'll, So like Carolyn, my wife, for example, it's very easy for her to just go straight to real estate listings, the real, this, like her dopamine hit is just fine with that stuff, whereas I don't get that at all. So she'll have to restrict other things, but she has it on a timer where
Where do you get an extra dopamine hit if you brick your phone and you are just like sitting there staring at a wall? Like how do you fill? Are you constructive with the way that you fill that space, or are you just
I
finding
am.
like another dopamine hit someplace
I'm
else?
constructive.
He thinks he is. What do you tell to share with us, Jason?
So
what
it's
you're doing
called
constructively?
Angry Birds, and it's really no. So no. I use this app called Picnic, like when you have lunch in a park, and it basically gamifies deleting old photos off of your phone.
Oh yeah.
You just hit a button every single day, and it'll just be a pic of some food, and you swipe left to keep it, swipe right to delete it.
I love it.
So I'm able to just delete. We all have 50,000 photos on our camera.
Totally.
It's mostly horse shit.
Totally.
So I remove 200 photos and videos off of my phone every day.
I like it.
Look, I
like
guess
it.
that is technically using the time wisely, but it's a little bit of like unnecessary busy work if
Yeah.
you want to.
Well, I mean, if I'm going to be sitting on a chair
Sure.
having a cigarette for 10 minutes, then
Yeah, sure,
I'm not
sure.
going to be like, well, I'm finally going to reorganize my closet.
No,
whatever.
sure. You're right. As
another
far as digital goes, you're right. That's a good use of it. I get a lot of ads.
I mean,
for
either
that.
that or also it makes texting your friends and calling your friends and staying in touch with people that you are close with, that suddenly becomes more interesting than
Totally.
looking at Twitter where the funniest people in the world live, or looking on Instagram where the hottest, coolest people in the world live.
Totally.
It reminds you that you also have friends in the real world
Totally.
that you enjoy their presence around. They're not as hot, but good enough.
You're good enough. Solid sixes.
So we're
Solid
just
sixes.
talking. I'm not even looking at them, so it's kind of fine. You know what I mean? It doesn't really matter what they look like. It doesn't really matter what they look like.
It's funny that you like organize your closet or whatever. I'm a compulsive keeper, and I got into that. I tried to gamify that this past weekend. I
saw you do I saw you do a little clean haul.
Holy shit, man. It was like, I mean, I've got stuff from 20 years back in bins and boxes of stuff that I thought I would need at the time when I left those jobs.
I mean, to be fair to you, this is your job, and it has been. Guys like you are supposed to have a lot of stuff.
That's the excuse I've used on myself for 2 decades, right? And
sure.
It's like I think at the same time, I when I was like keeping all this shit, I was like, oh, I might need that thing for this project that I don't know if it even exists 20 years from now, or I'm like, just dump it and like figure out a new way to solve a problem, and that was like super liberating. I had 15 bags of trash down at the curb, like 20 big cardboard boxes, and re-binning shit in my studio. So it's like, okay, cool. I had to like force edit all this stuff, and then like really talk myself off a cliff when I was getting rid of some of this stuff and I donated like 10 huge 50-gallon garbage bags of clothes.
Damn, some of these little liberal arts students are about to look fly. They're about to come up.
Yo. Maybe they looked fly like in 2008. They wouldn't look fly in that shit now.
Oh wow, my barista's wearing skinny suits all of a sudden.
It's
so weird.
A lot of club in there.
Oh yeah, I mean a lot of hickey. I was like grimacing at this stuff when I was pulling it out. I was just like, oh my god.
You're like, damn, did I make that?
Oh
Shit,
my
I guess
god.
I did.
I'm terrible.
But did you have like a Marie Kondo?
That's what I was telling myself. I was like,
all?
thank you for your service. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your service. Get out of here. Get out of my life. Stop weighing me down like a
So
cinder block.
do you feel lighter?
Yes,
today.
But
You
then
do.
at the same time, like I even just did the same thing to this bookshelf that's in like this working area that I have here, the house, where I was like looking at it, and I was like, I have all these like my favorite Nikes on the shelf, and I'm like, you're a grown ass man, get those fucking Nikes off the shelf, like, but there is like something to that nostalgia, like where I like drew that initial passion from that I love so much, but I'm like, get it out of here. Like, you're not a kid anymore, Get it all out of here.
Dude, I hear this every fucking day. Do you know how many times I've heard about my sticker box and how it needs to go? I'm like, Alex, every cool guy you've ever met has a sticker box. I hate to tell you, but it's part of it.
Right? Like, that's cool, right? Like there's nothing cooler to me than like someone who's like passionate about like something that's could be nerdy to somebody else, right? And you got the courage to be fucking nerdy about your sticker box, and I've got the courage to be nerdy about like my Robotech or whatever the hell it is. Then I'm like, be passionately nerdy about that stuff. At the same time, it's like I don't need to look at it all the time. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's I think there's because I did some storage space hunting this weekend as well. And
Yep.
Did you uncover some gems?
yep. I uncovered stuff. I mean, I think that like I'm trying to consolidate it all into one place because the t-shirt, the John Mayer Tour '04 crew t-shirt, I don't need that in daily rotation,
Dude.
but the Wilco AM shirt I do.
Yes.
So it's about choosing where things live
Yeah.
and then pruning what maybe you don't need.
You have
But
your
I feel like
flagship store, and then you can kind of piece things out at different locations.
Now,
as
did you
need them.
prune Mayer? Do you donate Mayer? Or do you
no,
keep
Mayer
Mayer in a
stays.
box
No,
in a storage
Mayer
unit?
stays in a box.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think that at some point my t-shirts are the only legacy I'm going to have. So I need to
Same.
kind of maintain. And also some of it is like, at this point, it's gotten so niche online that I can't believe other people like what I like. Like, I can't believe there's a demand for it the way that there is.
Yeah.
That's why we have to hold on to everything, guys, because you never know what's going to hit.
Exactly.
But that's
exactly.
like that point of view right there where it's like, I can't believe other people are into like what I'm into. Like that was my first realization when I moved to New York because like I was, into all that shit and this and all the stuff I'm into now then, and when I was like a young kid. But I'm like, maybe like I was like, a lot of these people aren't into what I'm into. And I go to New York and I'm like, wait a minute. A lot of people are into
Every
what I'm
single
into.
person.
Like, this is insane.
I thought I was the only guy who liked pinback, but no.
Wait a fucking second. Hold on.
Like when you make something and you're like, okay, you're out there and you're making something, you're like, all right, chances are if I like this, maybe 5 or 6 other people will like this too, hopefully.
Well, that everyone says that all the time, and it's a dumb cliche for a reason. Is like you have to just make and do stuff that you are into, and then hope to God that other people are as well. That's the only way to
Totally.
actually have success and not hate your life.
It's totally actually have success doing something creative for a living, right? Like because I think that
for sure.
think about like the wonderfully brilliant creative people that that just like struggle with it a little bit, right? In the real life and trying to like make ends meet, but they create these amazing things, whether it's music or art or photography, whatever it is.
TV writers, whatever it could be.
Whatever it could be. Yeah.
I say this all the time, Aaron. I say this all the time that it's sort of like there's an audience for everything these days. It just depends on how big the audience is how I feel. Because there's too much output.
Yep. And then also the timing of everything, right? It's like you could be the best in the world, and if the timing is wrong by like a hair, that wave is just going to crash right over you, and no one's going to ever know that you existed until someone finds like a bunch of your photographs in a shoebox in an attic sometime 50 years from now.
There's nothing worse than being a band's band or a photographer's photographer or
But that's what the internet wants you to be, right? This is the perfect example of like when I did that Zara thing, right? I'm like, I know that I'm going to get grief for this a little bit, right? I'm going to be challenged by people on this. You have your own little line.
So you waited until 2026 where everyone just says, get the bag, king, versus saying sell out.
Yo,
Smart move.
They approached me in '98, but I kind of held off.
all I'm saying is like, they were amazing to work with, and we made some awesome stuff, and they were super open about it, and they're super creative. Their marketing team's amazing. Like the design teams are incredible. But then, it's like the trolls come out, man, and they're like the things that people DM you are absolutely wild. Wild what I read in my DMs.
You got an example or two?
I mean,
Aaron?
I wanted to talk to you about Argyle, but you're saying people were coming in a little more aggressive than that, maybe.
Oh my God, man. So I mean, I'll paraphrase for you, Jason, right? Like I try to delete those things like right away, because I'm like, I don't even want to like clog up my brain with that. And if I said that it didn't negatively impact me and
yeah.
you're like, ouch, man. Like that would be a lie, because it's like your work, and it's like you're trying to make a living doing what you love to do. And in order to do that, I cobble together like a bunch of different things, right?
Ironically, sorry to interrupt, you saying ouch right there is often the best response to those things. It debases them. No, I mean, I've been doing it for years. If somebody sends me a mean comment or a message or whatever, or reply, hit them with the ouch. 99% of the time, they hat in hand start apologizing that you're your biggest fan.
Speak for yourself, guys. You guys are bigger guys, bigger men than I am. I got one the other day that was just your collar looks stupid, and I just scrolled on the guy's page until I saw a picture of him and screenshot it and just sent him the picture of himself. And I didn't get a response. And I said, I think we're done here, Chief. But you're right. That the ouch is I think the right reaction and the right response. I really do.
I actually like that. Like I just don't respond to any of them, right?
I can't help myself.
but like I get like sell out, like this,
Mhm.
you're trash, like whatever, and you're just like, this is nuts. That and just like a lot of salacious DMs from dudes, man.
Yeah.
Well,
Wild.
how many? I mean, you did post a photo of your
Wild.
bulge on
You're
Grid,
saying
bro.
you're saying hog inquiries from men, or you're saying clothing related?
I'm saying like thirsty DMs from dudes. I'm like, there's like zero women in the DMs and all dudes, man.
Yeah, welcome to the club, bro. That's when you know you've made it. That's when you know.
But
no,
also,
that's-
literally, when you are posting photos of your bulge on the grid, you are asking for it, not to
Look,
get.
there's a bulge or two, buddy, but you can't help that.
You're like, bro, the pants fit perfect. It's a you
Yeah.
problem. I don't know what the fuck. You
I
want me to do.
wish there were pants in the frame. I wish there were pants in the frame.
Yeah.
It was just nothing but the skims.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
God
I'll
damn
take
it.
that. Ouch.
but the yeah.
Oh, look,
I-
well, the next time you get a DM like that, just tell Scott Sternberg that we say hi, okay?
yeah, that's all you gotta do. That's all you gotta do. Is the okay? So the Zara thing, I feel like if you've been doing this for as long as you've been doing it, that and you seem like a guy from what I see. I mean, we've been friends for a long time, but as an observer, you seem like a guy that takes the bull by the. You're just like, you know what? If I want to do it, I'm going to do it.
100%, dude.
And I think that like that to me is even if you're a casual observer, that's what makes the Zara thing sort of make sense. It's like, oh, that's a different challenge. I'll just try it. What's the worst that could happen?
100%, man. And it's like, look, I've done Club Monaco, I worked on Madewell, worked on Abercrombie. So it's like, those are different puzzles to solve at a different scale, right? So
Yeah.
when you are working on a project like that, there's like so many ways that you can go into that environment, and it can be bad or it can be incredible, and you can learn a ton from these folks. It's like playing music. Like if I could play music, I would assume I can't play music, but like if you're just like, I'm going to pick up my guitar and I'm going to go play with this band for a while, and that band shreds, you're like, this is amazing, right? Like I get to just get on stage and like play live music with these people. That's what it feels like to me. So when I'm going there, I go to Spain and I work with these people, I get to like play live music with them. And then I'll fly to London and play live music with Nick or Studio Nicholson, and then do the same thing with Drake's, and then come home and like play some solo stuff here, and just like dick around in the studio.
I'm actually working on my solo album, babe. If you could just quiet down out there.
Yeah.
I see what you mean. No, I see what you mean though. I think that really does. I just feel like you've how do you think you're able to get away with it all?
I don't care, Chris.
You don't care.
I don't care. Like if I were to care about like what everyone thinks and what everyone says, not that everyone cares, because only like 4 people talk shit anyway, right? No one
Sure.
gives a shit. Like in the whole scheme of things, in the broad spectrum of things, it doesn't mean anything. So I'm going to do whatever feels fulfilling and like inspirational and like purpose driven, as sad as that sounds, right? Like my purpose is this. Like I love it and I can't help it. I wish my purpose was like doing something more philanthropic or like more creative or whatever, but it's not. It's this. Like I love it. I love doing it. I love doing it with people who love doing it. So I'm just gonna do that, man. And I just don't give a shit.
No, I think it's enviable, and I just think that that is it's rare in this business, I would say, to sort of be able to be like an independent operator that can dip in and out. But I mean, I think this is what I like about J. Crew. It's a similar thing where it's like you realize these things are huge, and it's like making any sort of impact with something like that is a different scale than most things.
Yeah.
When there's 300 stores or whatever, it's like, oh, this is a whole different ballgame. And Zara's that in a lot of ways.
But you know what? It's like, did you ever read that book, Ender's Game, when you were a kid? This is also super nerdy. This is nerdy.
Yeah, everybody read that book.
Right?
Yeah.
Everyone read that book, right? So,
I think you might have. I think you had to, maybe.
Maybe. I don't know. I never had to in high school. When I was like a freshman in college, like someone gave it to me and I like read it. And I was like, that's kind of like how I approach like all these projects at different scales, right? Where you can like, you just treat it like practice, man. Like if saying play loose and just play loose and like don't think about the scale or the 300 stores or the global DTC or like the campaign. And as soon as you shoot something, then you put it up and you put it out in the world, and then people are free to interpret it however they want. Some people love it, some people hate it, some people critique your work, some people say you're copying other people, some say you're just like, man, all I do is like try to go in there and do the best job that I can do And of course, you're like a cultural sponge and you soak up all this shit around you because you want it to be relevant to people that are shopping it, you know? So I just treat it like practice, man. I don't like the scale thing doesn't bother me.
The other thing that I think is interesting is that you sort of, more than a lot of people, I think you're selling. I think men are buying the clothes because they want to look like you, because you make it look cool. And that's part of the selling point, is that like you're kind of the guy wearing it.
Yeah.
And I think that's powerful, but
It's like a reverse ASAP Rocky. You know what I mean?
yeah. But I think that's powerful and crazy, but I also like that's just not possible. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like there's plenty of swaggy people that I know, and I could buy the exact same clothes that they're
Same,
wearing
dude.
and put it on, and it ain't gonna look cool on me.
Same.
A lot of people buy the row to look like Mary-Kate and Ashley, and
doesn't.
airport fit ain't hitting
Yeah,
the
it's
same,
the
brother.
same.
No.
But I think that you've figured out a way to really sell it in that sort of way, and I think it's really interesting because men, I think, aren't usually. Like, women are sort of used to that. Like, the culture is set up a little bit more for that in some ways. Like, as far as let's say a quote unquote influencer and their shop my links, and that whole game is very set up.
Oh, where'd you get that? Oh, I like that. That's
Yeah,
cute.
yeah, where men
are like, you already have that? I could never have it. I'm never gonna buy it.
Yeah, it's a different thing, and I think I just think it's interesting that it's worked. As far as I can tell for you.
I think it's like, I was talking to a friend yesterday. And I was talking to Ruba yesterday. You guys know Ruba, and I had a great conversation with her, and she's very smart, and I was inspired by her. There are a lot of people that are like buzzy, right? That are cool, and that when they do collections with people, they do collections of their own. It gets like a lot of love from a press standpoint. Like we didn't do any press for that Zara thing at all. We didn't do any press for that. And like, I'm not buzzy. I'm not cool. I'm not hype. I'm not.
That all
I'm like
changes
none of
after
those
this interview,
things.
brother. That all changes.
Yeah.
Better
Buckle
change
up,
your address,
baby.
big dog.
Strap a rocket to your ass. But I'm like, I'm not cool. So, but what I'd like to do is make stuff that's easy for people. And I'm like, why is that uncool? Like, why is that? I don't know, man. I'm like, I just like to make nice, easy stuff for like, so that someone can wear it and like feel good about themselves.
No, I
and
think
feel
in
better
theory,
about
I think
themselves.
I think in theory you're right. Like it's in
But in
theory,
reality-
it all makes sense. But in reality, I think that I just find that men, I think men started shopping that way in very recent history.
Yeah.
I think that's how, like, I think men would be like, that sweater's cool, I want it, whereas women would often be like, that looks good on the model, that'll look good on me, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's a little bit of a different sort of like mental gymnastics to get them to buy.
Yeah.
But with what's the feedback been on your own stuff? Is it just like, I love this, but it's too expensive? Because that's what everybody says about everything.
Well, no, we're actually doing what we want to do. And people are responding to stuff that I actually didn't think they would respond to. They're responding to like the dressier stuff. Like when we do like our suits and stuff, like that's what really moves, and like our pants really move.
Yeah.
And I wasn't really anticipating that, but that's cool for me. Like that's more exciting for me. The thing about it is, right, when you start your own thing from scratch, we don't take any money from anybody, right? Like we threw in a little couple bucks to begin with, and we're working on cash flow. So like that's super inhibitive, right? Like all I can do is cut what I'm paying for, and cut, like when we get paid from what stuff we sell, that goes to the vendors to pay for the garments that we just cut, and that goes to buy more fabric. And it's like, if you don't love doing that, it is the worst way to try to make money, man. Like it is just like, there's way easier ways. And if I was smart in that way, I'd probably do those, but I'm not. Like I just do this because I love it, and I can't really do anything else.
No, but I think you're able to make money doing it other places, and you can do what you want when you want in other ways. I think that's the dream. That's the dream.
You sell a pair of plain pants that are $400.
Yes.
And it doesn't have a luxury brand name attached to it, and you're currently sold out of them.
Yes.
I mean, that's the
exactly.
thing. Like, who gives a fuck then?
If
that's it.
And I think when you're, it's so simple and so regular and normal. Here's your very basic, high quality clothing, some formal, some workwear.
Yep.
No luxury brand name attached to it. No brick and mortar.
No.
Even though it seems real normal to you, to the eyes of the rest of the world, it's a a strange concept to grasp. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally. And like when we were making it, right? Like I was like, I just want really beautiful workwear that's like I can get away with if I have to go to a meeting or go to dinner or something. I just want to make like a dressy version of that. And I don't want to think too hard about it. And I'm not going to try to add something to it to make it look different than something else if it doesn't need it, right? And when I'm developing the fabrics for it, it's like we'll make proprietary fabrics in Italy. It's like, cool, I wear Carhartts all the time, but I want to develop like a 2-ply canvas out of Italy that feels like luxury, that feels dressy, that I can beat the shit out of, and that will like kind of mold to my body. And then that I don't get from a lot of other places because, smaller brands, I find that like you buy something and then you can't buy it again. Right. And then I'm like, damn, I wish I bought 3 pairs of that thing. And when I shop like the bigger brands, I'm like,
hey, that's my fucking issue with Nike. So let's not leave it to the small brands. You know what I mean?
100%. 100%. I think,
Yeah, but also, Aaron, you could take that one pair of pants that you'll never be able to buy again, but you have the skills to take it apart, make a pattern out of it, and then steal that design. Right?
There you go. 100%. 100%. That's how this whole thing works.
Just to be clear, I steal from small brands as much as I can. I want to be very upfront.
What happens is that people will then like buck out on the fabric, or like they'll buck out on the make, and like they'll make that same thing. They'll rip the pattern and then they'll scrimp. And it's like, this does not feel the same, and it does not look the same, and it does not drape the same, and it does not wear the same. So like a lot of my stuff that I make is like inside baseball for people that give a shit about that stuff right now,
Yeah.
And it's like we buy a little bit more every time and we sell a little bit more every time. So
I mean,
that's how we're doing it.
That is a classic model.
I stole it from everybody that came before me.
Sure.
Literally
We all
everybody.
do.
Of course.
That's it. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I was hanging out with my mom over Christmas. We went to South Coast Plaza, a shopping mall in Orange County, and we were talking about how over the years it's become less and less fun to like Christmas shop for people. Everything is all online and blah blah blah. And my mom said, "quote unquote," shopping used to be fun. And I was like, "Damn, that's kind of a bar," So
Yeah.
What do you think that we can do to make shopping fun again?
Do make it fun again, man. I don't know, like I think first of all, like you got to be someone that likes to do that stuff. Like I'm a picker and I like to shop at like, I like to shop with like smaller people, and I like to shop, vintage stores where people like work really hard on their selection, and like that's what I like to give to people too, or like are those things, or support smaller brands, or give someone like if I have a couple things in the studio, like I'll send them some of my stuff. I think I don't know, man. I'm all about like, if you go into a little store and there's someone there that like really loves that stuff, that to me is the way that it's fun. Like I get really stressed out about the Christmas shopping thing because it's just like hungry hippos, isn't it? It's just like grab, and I gotta grab this for them, and I gotta grab that, and you're like impulsively buying shit for people without even like really thinking it through, like what they want or why would they want it. Like I'm still in the camp of like, man, make me a handmade card. Like that's the way to my heart, Just like so that doesn't answer the question about making shopping fun again. I think I don't know. I don't know the answer to that one, dude.
Put it on Polymarket, make it bettable. That's how it's going to do it.
Bettable.
I think it's just changed. But I think it's just changed because I don't think people want to interact with each other anymore.
What a bummer.
And I think before you didn't have a choice. Like if you wanted a pair of jeans, you had to go have a conversation with somebody about getting those jeans, And now you can just take a couple swings online and buy 5 and send 4 back that don't fit, and you're you're done. I think
to me, it feels similar to
to
weddings. How weddings used to be more fun, and now they're and you would like you used to go Christmas shopping. You go to the mall; it's super busy. You grab a pair of isotoner gloves or, a dumb fragrance, and
Dan Marino's on the package. It's got to be good.
Gotta be good.
You used to go to a wedding would be at a dumb restaurant. The band would suck. The food would suck. Everyone had a great time. And now we have to get a destination location, and that's the wrong arborist, and you have to get this and this and this and this.
Wild.
And no one's having fun. No
Got
one's
to go on
having
the gram, man. That's when it stays on the
You know,
grid.
I haven't had fun in 15 years. I mean, that's just what it is. I don't know.
no one's having fun anymore.
I don't know what that feels
What
like.
was the catalyst? When did you stop having
Well,
fun,
actually,
Chris?
I guess it's been 9 years since the last time I did cocaine. It's the real. I mean, let's keep it. Let's keep it real.
When's the last time I had fun? Let me open up my sobriety app and
Yeah, literally. Let me look at the
exactly.
day count here. I got the hours. No, I think that that people are just not focused. I think fun just doesn't mean what it used to. Like, I think the actual meaning of the word has changed for people. Is what I think. Like, I think that like fun to us in our generation, I think we attach to like socializing in some way, and I think fun for a younger generation is like waiting in line for an hour for a matcha and a donut is like fun.
Wild.
You know, whereas like we would think about like, oh, we went to this bar and we had the best time, or we went to the show and had the best time. You know, it's like, or a trip or whatever. I mean, I think the trip thing still rings true to an extent.
Yeah.
I think it's different.
And I do have an answer. Like, I think like the place where I found shopping fun was Tokyo, right? And you could go into like a little store there, find like, even if I was just like doing clothing or vintage or whatever, like the way that they care about your experience when you're in their shop is on a completely different level than like anywhere you go. You know, like if I go into like a Louis Vuitton, or if I go into like a Dior, if I go into like, which I don't, because it's just not my bag. But like if I go
Get
into
your money up, player. You're safe. You ain't paying no taxes out there. Come on, bro.
2026, that's going to change, Aaron. I feel good about you this year.
if I go into these stores, they don't. It's like this. The experience isn't special. You know,
No, it
like
sucks.
It sucks. And I'm like, wait a minute. The product isn't really that amazing either. So why?
I just told you. I mean, I'm writing about my first time in Tokyo literally this morning.
Yeah.
And the one experience I had there, I found the shopping to be overwhelming. But I went to this like glasses store that's all dead stock, and they sort of just look at your face and decide what they should bring you. And then they
That's
cut
omakase, bro.
Yeah, it's omakase. They cut the lenses on site, and you leave with whatever color you want, the whole thing. And I was like,
Yeah.
this is as good as it gets. Like, I would have paid whatever
good
it
as it
costs.
gets.
Like, you don't look at, they don't tell you the price. It was all going to be a surprise, but I was so, I was so in.
But you're cool with that
So
because
in.
it's like tailored made experience for you.
Whereas if you go to Prada and you want to buy a $6,000 Carhartt jacket, they follow you around like a crook with an iPad.
100%.
It's just not fun. It's not fun.
100%.
It's not fun. You know?
After you're
It's not
done
fun.
waiting in the line for an hour.
Yeah. It's just, I think that the sort of combination of exclusivity and like it being for everything being for a picture and not for the actual thing, it's a real force of evil, I think, when combined.
Yeah.
I guess maybe signaling wealth used to be more fun
Yeah.
before social media.
Yeah. It's weaponized
Now
now,
it's just a
isn't
job.
it? Now it's just like,
Yeah, it's weaponized.
That's why I keep all my shit low. I keep the garages in Atlanta. No one can take pictures. It's kind of my thing. Like the helicopter, I land down the street. I don't land on my own building.
You keep that away.
Yeah.
You keep that a couple blocks away.
That's why Drake painted his plane like clouds so you couldn't see it. It was smart.
Exactly.
Yeah, he was actually super ahead of his time in that way.
Yeah, man.
So, since we do have an elder fashion king on the pod on Today of Days, how do you feel about Will Welch stepping down from GQ after 19 years? Are you in talks with Condé Nast, et cetera, et cetera?
Wow, I think that I think good for him, right? I think 19 years is a long run. That's a good stretch, man. I think it's like time to shake the cage a little bit and get like the cobwebs out of your head and ride some fresh snow on a different part of a mountain. You know, I think that makes you feel
That's why
better.
I was like 19 years. I said this on the intro. I was like, I've never done anything for that long. That's unreal to do something that long.
And that is a long stretch. I remember my first job in fashion, my dad was like, okay, get ready to, you're going to be there for about 30, 35 years, buckle down, get your pension going. And I'm like, Pop, this is not like that, man. This is not like that.
Will was 1 year short of getting the Rolex. So close.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow, the Rolex with the Condé Nast lockup, like the dominoes, you know what I mean?
bad.
That could be big. Yeah, I think that having a job for that long is impressive no matter what it is. It's really crazy.
But I also think it's like great that he's moving on, because I think personally for him, it's like you got to just shake it up, man, and like be nervous again and like be out of your depth again and be uncomfortable again. And like all those things are like anxiety inducing, but like at the same time, that's a rush, man. And like you gotta do that.
Yeah.
You gotta do that. So good for
Knock
him.
the cobwebs around.
You know,
It's like when I DJ on a rotary mixer. I totally get it, bro.
What's your yeah? What are your odds? Who are you laying odds on right now?
Of who's going to replace him?
I mean, for me, it's got to be Sam.
That's what I said. I texted him this morning. He did not text me back.
He's in Australia. To be fair. So the time
cool.
difference is severe.
I texted it, but I was like, amazing for Will. Respect to Will is just good for Sam. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I think Sam's I don't know. I just feel like there's always, I don't know if these places have like succession plans like they used to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's just different. Like people jump around so much, but like I think like. I mean, Sam's been there forever. You know, Sam's been there for Sam's age. He's been there 19 years.
Yeah, exactly. In Sam years,
but also
in Sam years, it's fucking 19 years.
Over the last couple of years, as you know, half of the GQ Men of the Year are Sydney Sweeney, etc. Is there a chance where we need to move away from a YT man in this position and get, you know, shake things up at 2026, get maybe a female in there?
No.
You know, I don't know. I agree with you, Chris,
No.
man. I'm like,
it's literally
it's fine.
Gentleman's
It's a dude's
Quarterly. It's literally
it's
Gentleman's
fine
Quarterly.
to be a man in a men's magazine and like tell other men like, yeah, this is.
I'm not necessarily asking your personal opinions on it. More so, do you think it could be a realistic thing that happens in
No.
okay.
I mean,
I don't know.
Okay.
Realistic doesn't mean anything anymore either. So, you know, somebody can just pull some out of
anything's a possibility.
Yeah,
but-
anything's a possibility if it's also, I mean, this stuff gets so political. It's like there's so many moving parts that we could never understand as outsiders that it's like it's beyond.
But Chris, can we get a comment from you? No one has contacted you about this position.
Yeah, right. No one contacts me about any jobs. That ain't how it works. That ain't how it works. I have to make contact myself.
You're outbound? Okay.
It's more of an outbound
So
situation.
did Wintour get the edible arrangements this morning then?
Yeah, I definitely. Oh, of course. I sent an orchid over, a living being, a living, breathing plant is more, because I want her to think of me every time she looks over to the window.
Just want to let you know I'm here. I'm here if you need anything.
I mean, I do think it's so. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm in the minority, but I think it's so cool that she's fucking the boss still. Like I think it's
She's
great.
GOAT, man. She's the best.
She's the GOAT. Like I just be like, this is my shit. You're gonna have to pry this out in my cold, dead hands. We need more of that. I feel like
Look at Jerry and Ralph still at the helm of Polo. You know, it's like you know, it's fun. You know, like I got a lot of friends that I went to college with, and it's like they are super smart. A lot of them are like very successful, and it's like there's this very this consistent trajectory with a lot of them, which is like get married, have kids, have this job. You have this job for a long time, and it's like your eyes on the prize of retirement, right? And then you retire, and then you get to like have all this fun because you've stashed all these, you know, like all your wealth or whatever. But
except you decided maybe I'll put the Christmas lights up this year. Then you fall off a ladder, and now you're done, right?
Yo.
That's the problem.
And I don't, you know, it's like I don't.
You've been working your whole life to get that retirement fund, but then
you stick a fork in a socket and whatever.
Or even if you aren't doing anything dangerous, just being 65.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, what are you really going to do besides take a nap and watch golf?
Yeah.
Look, if I want to go play 18 with the homies, you best believe I'm doing that whenever the fuck I want. Am I right, fellas?
Yeah, that's why I don't wait.
Yeah.
That's why I don't wait.
Yeah.
I start doing it right now. It's awesome.
Yeah.
I watch whatever I want on TV. I don't even care what my wife says. Suki.
But like, look at Giorgio Armani at the helm of Armani until he literally died
I think it's
on
so
the throne.
cool. I think it's so cool.
I think it's
So why
cool.
is it cool if the fashion houses do it, but not President Trump? How come Joe Biden is too old?
Speak for yourself.
How come Nancy Pelosi's too old, guys? What's up?
I think that the stakes are different in those situations, but
the judge on the Maduro trial that's happening around the corner from your house.
92
years old.
92 years old. Oh my gosh. Now, look, some of that cognitive ability has to be slipping at that stage. Has to be slipping.
No, he's going to deliver he's going to have doo-doo in his diaper while he's...
You guys don't know what these guys are sharp.
Look, I hear you. Like say you're 70, you know, say you're 77 years old. My parents are 77 years old. Sharp.
Yeah.
Sharp.
All things considered, sharp.
All things considered, sharp. But I'm like, are they as sharp as they were when they were 60? Are they as sharp as they were when they were 50? Or are they as sharp as they were when they were 40?
Yeah.
Like, my dad is like way sharper than I ever was still. But I'm like, as you get on,
Things are happening to him that he's not, when you're that age, you're like, oh, I forgot, left the keys in the front door again.
100%.
Jason, you want some 32-year-old they-them judge in there making decisions? You need some life experience. You know what I'm saying?
There's a wide spectrum between barista and 92-year-old.
Exactly.
Nah, you need no 92. Well, I mean, any government job that the only way to get fired is to die is bad. I think that's a pretty. I think everybody.
If
can agree.
you're too old to drive a car, maybe you shouldn't be making these large.
Luckily, our tax dollars, I'm sure, pay
decisions.
for a driver. You know what I mean? But yeah, in theory,
Yeah.
in theory, you're right.
I think we need to gamify the judicial system to keep it relevant.
Let's have fun with it.
There we go.
Mix it up.
Let's have fun with it.
I'd like to see some guys from TV in there. How long, if you played a judge on TV for more than 10 seasons, let's give you a shot at the big leagues. Let's give you a shot at the real world.
I think that does happen
bad
in
could it be?
real life politics, unfortunately.
I mean, you're right. Arnold Schwarzenegger you're
Ronnie
right.
Reagan.
That's true.
Zelensky.
Have you guys ever been to court for anything?
Court?
Oh yeah, I've been to court several times. Not since I was 18.
Yeah, I've been a few times.
Yeah. Like that to me, right? Like a gavel banging and sending you someplace after court where you can't wear your own clothes and have to live in a cell. That to me is like, I'll have nightmares about that shit. Like I'm paranoid about someone coming to my house and arresting me for something that I have no idea what I've done.
I like that you specified not wearing your own clothes. That's what you're worried about. I'm like, I can't. This motherfucker's policing when I pee.
And my atelier will not be available to me. And that is...
Judge, do you not understand that these are single pleats? Judge, I don't think you understand.
That's dry clean only. Okay, so you have the paranoid conscious going on. What do you when you have this daydream fantasy? Is it tax stuff? Is it a DUI? That time you hit a kid and kept going? Is it finally going to catch up to you? What is it?
I think to catch up to me, but I'm like, I don't know what I've done that would catch up to me. And yes, the tax stuff. I actually just texted my tax person this morning. And I was like, I need this to happen at this time because I don't want to go to prison. Like I put that in the email to
covering your
my
tracks.
accountant.
You're covering your tracks.
Yes, I'm like,
I told him I didn't want to go to jail. You can see it right here on the text message. I told him I didn't want to go to jail.
Approved money transfer. Approved money transfer. Don't want to go to prison.
No. I think that I used to be more paranoid. Like I think when I was using drugs, I would have that because I would get drugs delivered by UPS.
Nice.
And I would see the guy like pull up to my old office on Lafayette Street, and I would be like, "This is the one. This is the time. He's gonna get out.
Swarm.
They're gonna come in.
Swarm.
Yeah, and they're gonna be like, all right, Mr. Black, come with us." And luckily, that did never happen. Even though I did commit years of mail fraud.
The drugs don't make you more paranoid, do they?
Not those drugs, at least from what I can. I mean, not those drugs. But I think that it is funny. I think it's funny. There are a lot of guys in our age and our position that have never thought about this once. So it's pretty funny that all three of us are like, yeah, I feel you, bro.
Yeah, why am I thinking about this? Like, why am I thinking about this?
You're an upstanding citizen. You're a normal guy. You're not breaking the law. I mean, a little speeding in the Porsche, but that's no big. I mean, that's
yeah. I used to have some of that paranoia when I was doing more crime stuff, but now. I feel, you're an adult man.
Maybe that's why. Maybe because I just binge watch horror movies and crime dramas or like crime documentaries, it's like invading my thoughts. I'm like, I'm going to stop watching all that shit and just like watch.
I
don't know. I need input.
I have a problem with authority in the same way. Like I could see myself going to jail for getting into an argument.
100%.
Like literally, like I've calmed down quite a lot and I'm very proud of myself, but like, if somebody, I could see myself get into a screaming match on the street and somehow I get arrested for it.
So I like that you said somehow. Maybe it's because you did something illegal.
No, I'm saying I think it's like at this point.
Like you tried to gouge his eyes out on Lafayette Street?
But that's what I mean. I think at this point you can get popped for much less than it used to be. Like I literally think if you're causing a scene and you do something, you can go to jail. Like you don't have to touch anybody anymore.
Whereas I am, when you would watch a movie in the 80s or 90s, and the cops would pull a car over and it'd be an upstanding husband and wife, and they say, did you have anything to drink tonight? Oh, I had a couple glasses of wine with dinner. And you kind of talk down at the police officer as if you're offended that this person would bother you, an adult upstanding citizen of the world. That's my mental state now. as I am, as we are all in our 40s, we're twice the age of a police officer. So if I get pulled over, I'm talking down to them. I'm just like,
I think
can
that's the
help
play.
you?"
Talk
let me
down
know
and
how
then start yelling
let me
at
know how
them.
that guy goes, guys. I'm gonna be like, yes, sir.
Well, I mean, it's not that I'm being respectful and I'm cool and I'm chill, but I'm in my mind, I'm just kind of like, I have the attitude that I am not a criminal here, and
Not
there's
me,
no
bro.
way you're ever going to arrest
Not
me.
me,
And
bro.
if you exude that, then it won't happen.
Yeah,
Nah, bro. I'm like, officer is in the glove compartment. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna reach
Totally.
my driver. It's
Look
in
at
the
my
glove
hands.
compartment.
My hands are
Look at my hands.
visible.
No. I'll take my shirt off. Just let me know, bro. I'll get down to my underwear if I need to. I don't give a fuck. Whatever we got to do here to let me go.
Take off the chore coat, sir. I know about the secret pocket.
Oh, is that a suede collar? Let me see
Oh
that.
man. Yeah. So yeah, that I don't know, dude.
You're not getting popped. You're not getting popped.
Yeah, you're good. You're good, bro.
So that's where I'm at like right now. I'm trying to like get everything out of the house. I'm trying to get rid of everything.
Especially those damn kids, right?
I wish you were an XL.
how like do you guys live lean? Or like that's what I'm trying to be is like
I live lean as hell.
see that's what's up.
I don't. I mean, I live lean on like a surface level, but then if you go into the crevices of these storage spaces and the hundreds and hundreds of books
Yeah.
and t-shirts and magazines,
Yes.
I do not live lean. But the actual apartment I'm in every day is fine.
That's fine. That's fine.
Lean-ish. I mean,
Lean,
I think
yeah.
other people in my life would maybe disagree with that.
Yeah.
But, I think lean means different thing to different people, not just a dietitian.
100%. Like I saw a friend of mine, him and his wife, they moved to a new place in LA and photographed their place for, I don't know, some magazine or something. And it looks amazing. And they've got great taste and he takes beautiful photographs. And I was like, I mean, I can't go like that. I'm like, I just don't have the discipline. I can't be like the guy that has like 3 pairs of pants and like 2 shirts in the closet and like that kind of stuff. And like, I love books. My books are like everywhere. And like, I like a little trinket thing, but like, did you watch the Rick Rubin Shangri-La thing? And like, obviously, you know what Shangri-La looks like and his house looks like in Malibu, and it's like nothing, right?
You got to keep it quiet. No clutter to scam like that.
Yo.
You got to be met. You got to be
Nothing. Dude wears like beat up old cargo shorts and a
That's too
James
far.
purse.
That feels performative.
Yeah.
That feels too far.
He's got his racist "Hey Dudes" shoes on.
Yeah, dude, racist dudes.
He is, yeah. He's known as the right wing whisperer to
Wild.
the Hollywood elite.
I sort of believe it just because it's really fun to believe that, but there's been no real proof.
Yeah,
That's the thing with Rubin. There's no proof of anything, good or bad.
Yep. Because it's like the work isn't created. He's like a vessel, right?
Yeah.
Years of vessel.
What do you mean, bro? This right wing stuff's just passing through me, man.
Yeah,
I don't believe it.
Yeah, I took a picture of a ghost, but it didn't show up on the film. It's in the ether, brother.
Yeah, I'm not even saying that. I'm like working on the music. It's just working through me. I'm like dowsing rods.
The stream's always running, man. I just tap in.
It's funny. Like my mom would come to visit me. Where I was like, I wanted to watch this Rick Rubin, like the Shangri-La documentary, and she was like, I can't watch this. This is
It's too gay.
this is bullshit, And
Your mom is like, this guy's full of shit. Fuck the Beastie Boys.
And I'm like, no, listen to how profound he is and like what he's saying. And it's like, whoa, man. And she's like, you're an idiot. So is he. Like, what are you talking about? All he's doing is regurgitating like, other spiritual disciplines from all over the world, and then like, passing them off as like his.
That's really funny. That's really, mom, sometimes that's what you need. Somebody's got to keep it real.
100%. She did. She put me right. I was like, okay.
All right, Aaron. Thank you for podcasting with us today.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
It was a pleasure. What's the website? Is it
Aaron Levine, New York, NY. Sorry, AaronLevineNY.com, even though it should be AaronLevineOH.com, but it was like an impulsive decision.
No, I understand.
Does that mean you can work as a local in New York?
Yeah, exactly. I don't have to pay taxes twice when I go visit for more than 12
Smart.
days.
It's all good. All right, good to see you, bro. Thank you for taking the time.
Yeah,
and
man.
We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks for yucking it up. See you fellas. Bye.